Have you ever wondered why many African nations struggle with leadership while their Western counterparts seemingly flourish? Africa, a continent rich in culture, brimming with potential, and home to a resilient populace, faces a paradox. It's a place where vibrant traditions meet leadership challenges head-on, where the promise of tomorrow is often stifled by the realities of today. So we must ask ourselves, why do many African citizens endure poor leadership, while many in the West experience effective governance? Let's dive into this pressing issue. In numerous Western nations, leaders perceive themselves as servants of the public, focusing on healthcare, education, and infrastructure. They understand that their role is to serve, not to be served. These leaders often take a hands-on approach, visiting schools, hospitals, and public works projects to ensure their policies are making a real difference. Now let's contrast this with the situation in many African countries, where the narrative is sadly different. Leaders here often prioritize personal gain over public welfare. It's not uncommon to hear of African leaders seeking medical care in Europe, Asia, or America, while local hospitals in their own countries are under-resourced, understaffed, and underfunded. Their children are sent to prestigious schools and universities overseas, while local schools struggle to provide basic needs such as textbooks, classrooms, and qualified teachers. This tale of two continents raises questions that cannot be ignored. Why this disparity in leadership styles? Why do some leaders put self-interest before public interest? Why are the very individuals entrusted with the well-being of their nations seemingly indifferent to the hardships their citizens face? Is it that African leaders are inherently flawed? Or is the problem systemic, rooted in colonial legacies, socio-economic structures, and global power dynamics? Why this disparity? Let's explore further. Let's explore. The consequences of ineffective leadership are far-reaching: poverty, unemployment, insecurity, and a brain drain. These are not just abstract concepts, but harsh realities that millions of Africans grapple with every day. Imagine waking up every morning, not knowing if you'll be able to put food on the table, or if your children will have a school to go to. Imagine being a skilled doctor, teacher, or engineer, but unable to use your talents to better your community because the resources just aren't there. This is the reality for countless Africans, a reality crafted by the hands of poor leadership. Now, consider the immense potential that lies within these individuals. The eager student who could be the next leading scientist, the hardworking farmer who could revolutionize agriculture, the committed doctor who could save countless lives. Yet these potential change-makers are often forced to seek opportunities elsewhere, resulting in a devastating brain drain. As one young African immigrant puts it, "I cherish my country, but it doesn't seem to reciprocate." The emotional toll of this situation cannot be overstated. It's a feeling of being let down by those who are supposed to lead, protect, and inspire. It's a sense of hopelessness that pervades every aspect of life, from the crumbling schools to the under-resourced hospitals, from the potholed roads to the struggling economies. But in this sea of despair, there is a beacon of hope. The people are resilient, and they are demanding change. From the bustling cities to the serene rural villages, cries for effective leadership echo through the continent. The demand for improved governance is loud and clear. The cost of poor leadership is high, but the potential for change is infinite. It's time for African leaders to step up, learn from the West, and unlock the vast potential of their people. It's time to turn the tide and usher in an era of prosperity, stability, and growth. It's time to give the African people the leadership they deserve. The demand for improved governance is loud and clear. But all is not lost. The potential for change is within us. We have the power to rewrite this narrative. Every one of us, from the bustling city streets to the tranquil rural villages, holds a piece of Africa's future in our hands. We can choose to settle for the status quo, or we can choose to courageously challenge it. We can choose to remain silent, or we can choose to be the voice of change. It's time to engage, to question, to demand better. Let's start a conversation. Let's share our thoughts and ideas. Let's spread awareness about the realities of leadership in Africa and the potential for a brighter future. Through collective action, we can foster a culture of accountability, transparency, and effective leadership. Like, comment, share, and follow this page for more content like this. Together, we can envision a better